Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I was tempted to say welcome to the weekend vlog, but I just don't have confidence in myself to film enough footage and edit and get this video up on Monday, which I'm like beating myself up over. I really wanted August to be the month that I went back to 2 uploads a week, but I just don't think I'm there yet, adjustment wise with the kids and just like having time to film and edit. I feel really bad, which I know you guys have been enjoying whatever content I'm getting up for you guys. I've been doing a lot of like days in my life slash like a few days in my life, and you guys have really been enjoying them. So I know I'm not getting any pushback from you guys. No one's DM'd me or commented like, we want more content, where's all the content? So I know that you guys, it's not really coming from you, it's more of coming from like an internal struggle with myself, that I took all of June off and July and really thought that August was going to be the month that I went back to 2 videos a week. But I'm still struggling with motivation to film, and then of course finding time to edit with having to hold Lily all the time. I just don't think August is going to be the month that I go back to 2 videos a week. It's most likely going to be September, but we're still fresh into August. Who knows? It could change in a few weeks. But with all that being said, welcome to today's video. Today is Saturday. I'm sitting in a very hot car right now. I don't know why I turned my car off to take this video, but I'm actually outside of my hair salon, and it is time for me to do something with this crazy hair. I've had my hair in these braids for like 2 or 3 days now, and it's honestly because I just don't know what to do with it. I'm so over it. I'm so overstimulated by it. I'm so excited to be getting my hair done and chopping it. I don't think I'm going to go as short as I have gone in the past, where it was like all the way up to like above my shoulders, but I definitely am going to be cutting off a good chunk of my hair today. And I also think I'm going to go darker. I always do this. I go blonde and stay blonde for a little bit of time. It's been just about a 1.5 years that my hair has been light again, and then I just want to go dark, not only for like time purposes, like it's hard for me to get out of the house with all 3 kids and get my hair done, but financial purposes, it's just so expensive to go blonde and stay blonde. It's like $400 every few months to touch up my blonde, and when I go dark I just get a glaze, and it's like $150 for a glaze and a cut, which is what I'm going to do today. So for time purposes and just wanting something a lot more low maintenance for the time being, I think I'm going to go somewhat darker today so that I don't have to be back at the salon too often to keep bleaching it, and then we'll kind of see how long I stay dark, how dark I go, because towards the end of me being dark last time, I started to go really dark, which is always what happens. I go really light, then I gradually go darker until I'm really dark, and then I grow my hair out and go really long, and then I cut it and gradually go shorter until it's really short, and then I start the process all over again. So I don't think I'm going to go as short as I have been, probably just a few inches. I do want to get like a lot of layers so that my hair doesn't look so like limp and dead, because I am starting to see postpartum hair loss, which sucks. And then I'm going to go darker so that there's just like less upkeep, less maintenance, less money spent on my hair for the time being with having a newborn at home. So I'm going to head in. This is the before, and I'll be back with the after. Okay, I know the lighting is not the best, but this is what you're going to get from me. I am clearly home now. Guys, Lily has been having such a hard like 48 hours, and I know she entered Leap 2 a few days ago. I honestly didn't think it was going to affect her that much. I was like, oh wow, for it being Leap 2, which they say Leap 2 is one of the developmental surges that really affects them, which if you have a baby, I highly recommend downloading the Wonder Weeks app. That is where I get all of the updates on what leaps she's entering, what she's going to experience during that leap, and then what developmentally she's going to be able to achieve, hopefully by the time she's out of that leap. That really gives me a good indicator at why she's so fussy when she has these fussy periods. But I thought the boys were calling me. I really didn't think it was affecting her that much, but last night and all of today, she has been in such a fussy period. Not only is she fighting feeding, she's fighting going down for her naps. She's constantly hungry because she is fighting those feedings. What, baby? What? What? I you found this? I'm just taking a video clip, okay?
And
so it's like a horrible cycle of her being hungry and fussy and not eating, and then being overtired because it's taking her so long to eat. So Harris had a really hard time with her, and then he went to go feed her when I was leaving the hair salon, and he didn't shake the formula enough and the nipple got clogged, but he didn't think to check that. And so for 30 minutes she was sucking on a nipple that wasn't expelling any milk, and she got so worked up and so frustrated. So I got home and jumped into feeding her, or trying to feed her. I figured it out. I got her a new bottle. She drank, but she's so overtired. So I put her in the carrier. She's sleeping. Harris is out grabbing us dinner, and I quickly wanted to show you guys my hair. I feel like this is not the best lighting. I'll have to get a clip tomorrow in better lighting, but you can kind of get an idea of what I did. She glazed over the blonde just to tone it down a little bit. You definitely can still see my highlights through it, which I wanted. I still wanted dimension, but she toned like my roots to help the grow out process, and then just glazed over everything to tone it down. And then it's really hard to see with her in the carrier. I chopped off a lot. I added a lot of thick layers to it. I'll throw out my inspiration pic here. I just didn't get the curtain bangs cut as low, but I did get my base framing pieces trimmed up. So I love it. I feel like it definitely feels a lot lighter, and I'm really happy with the color, which I'll show you guys in better lighting tomorrow. But that is a little update on what has been going on today. Little Lily has her 2-month checkup on Monday. Today's Saturday, so I think I'm going to combine that into this vlog because this is all the footage you're getting from me for today. But I do think I'm going to continue the vlog on Monday. So I'll see you guys then. It's your pediatrician.
What are they gonna do me?
Yeah, you first. Come on. You hop down? And I'll paint. Can you hop down?
Paint me, and I rubbed it on. Now stop.
One. Oh, you got it? No? Here's I go. Woo!
Yeah.
Her butt. Hey guys, I feel the need to apologize for my appearance. The way I sound, the way I look encompasses how I feel, which is not great. It has been a very crazy and chaotic few days since I picked up the camera, which is making for another subpar video in my opinion, which makes me feel down on myself. I literally started off this vlog saying how I really wanted to get back into doing 2 videos a week, and how I already felt crap about myself and my like drive and commitment to my channel, which I know you guys are not going to pin against me or hold against me. I know a lot of you guys are so understanding in the lack of content and even just the quality of my content, because how crazy life can be with a newborn. A lot of you guys understand that. So I know you guys are not going to hold it against me, but I am holding it against myself. And when I originally started this video, it was a Saturday. It is now Thursday. I had every intention of vlogging on Monday, which, as you guys just saw, I did get some clips. I really started off the day thinking I was going to vlog that day, but it has been such a crazy few days. So I'm going to back it up to Saturday and explain to you guys what has been going on this week, and then also give you guys a little update on Lily, because she did have her 2-month appointment, and that was the whole point of this video. But let's back it up to Saturday after I took that clip. So I explained how Saturday was kind of a crazy day with her. She was extremely cranky and she was definitely exhibiting some signs of the second leap, which she still is. But with all that being said, with Saturday being so crazy, she actually slept through the night for the first time Saturday into Sunday, and then went on to sleep through the night again Sunday into Monday, which was such a nice change of pace. I was able to get 2 like 9-hour stints in a row those 2 days, and it was really nice. I was saying to myself, if all her crying and craziness on Saturday was for her to developmentally be able to sleep through the night, it was definitely well worth it. Also, side note, it has been raining here for like 4 days straight, so the lighting is just not going to be good. I'm in front of a window trying to get some natural lighting, but if it looks grainy, that is why. But this weekend, after her craziness on Saturday, it was actually a nice weekend. Her sleep was good at night. Sunday, we went to Harris's parents' house and spent some time there. She was really well behaved there, super easy to handle. And then again, like I said, she slept through the night Sunday into Monday. However, she wasn't the problem. Ben was the problem. Ben on Saturday was complaining of a headache, and they only ever complain of a headache when they're getting strep throat. So all of Saturday he was complaining of a headache, and I gave him Tylenol to manage that. Sunday he seemed better, and like I said, we went to Harris's parents' house. But Harris's mom kissed him on the forehead and actually said he felt a little bit warm, and we were playing outside, so I thought maybe it was the outdoor heat that was making him feel warm, but she had a thermometer, 2 thermometers actually. We have no idea if they were actually working correctly or not, but nonetheless, it picked up on some sort of fever for him, and so I was giving him Tylenol then again on Sunday to manage that. And then Monday, he woke up complaining of a sore throat, and like I said, he only ever complains of a headache when he has strep throat. So Lily had her 2-month appointment on Monday, so he already had to be at the pediatrician, so I called and was able to schedule him right after her just so that they could be seen at the same time. And she cultured his throat, and it was not strep. We were a little fearful that it was possibly going to turn into Coxsackie because he had 2 suspicious white dots on the back of his throat, and a telltale sign of Coxsackie is like white bumps on the roof of your mouth, your tongue, and your throat. And the boys have had Coxsackie back in like 2022, yeah, like 2 years ago. And it was torturous. Harris got really sick with it, and so we were afraid that that's what it was. However, I never got it when the boys had it because I don't have tonsils, and so yeah, there's really nothing you can do for it. Since he didn't have strep, they couldn't prescribe him any antibiotics. They said just to keep an eye on it. If the white bumps got worse or he had bumps on his hands or his feet, it most likely was Coxsackie, but if not, then it was just a virus. And so we got home Monday afternoon, and I started to not feel great. And all of this couldn't come at worse timing because very impromptu, Harris had to go up to Saratoga with his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law is kind of in the mix with some really big horse racing people in the horse racing industry. And if you guys remember in my vlogs, I mentioned this a while ago that Harris's dad used to own horses, and they don't currently own any horses, I don't think. But they've had horses run in the Kentucky Derby. They've always been in the horse running space. And so his brother-in-law is really big in with one of the guys who is very well known up there. And Harris got invited up to Saratoga to go to the barn and go to a horse sale. And for just like connection purposes and opportunities, he had to go. So he was out of town Monday, Tuesday, and he got home yesterday morning. So he was out of town with Ben not feeling well. Lily had to get her 2-month vaccines, so then she wasn't feeling well Monday afternoon, and I wasn't feeling well Monday afternoon. I started to get a tickle in my throat, and as you guys can probably hear, I'm still sick. I think whatever Ben had just was a normal virus because I wound up having a sore throat for one day. It was kind of like a post-nasal sore throat, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And then a super runny nose on Tuesday. Yesterday, a very runny nose, and it's kind of just turned into like a head cold, congestion, a headache, all that kind of stuff. I'm afraid it might turn into a sinus infection for me. But Ben is feeling a lot better. It has turned into a cough with him, so it's definitely working its way out. So far, Harris isn't sick, Jack isn't sick, Lily isn't sick. so far that I can tell. I did give her Tylenol because she was definitely a little bit sore every time I touched her legs where she got her vaccines, and a little bit warm Monday, but she's been okay like fever wise, but her temperament is not the best today, which we will get into that in a second. So yes, I wasn't feeling well Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ben wasn't feeling well. Harris wasn't home. So I never wound up picking up the camera again on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And now it's Thursday, and I really wanted to get this video up for you guys on Friday. So despite the giant pimple on my face, my hair being thrown up and crazy, and the horrible lighting, I'm here to finally update you guys on Lily's 2-month appointment and get this video up for you guys. She is finally asleep. Like I just said, her temperament today has not been the best. But we're going to quickly run through what went on at her appointment. Like I just said, she slept through the night 2 nights. However, the 2 nights following that, she did 3 a.m. wake ups, which is fine. I will take 1 night wakings. I honestly kind of enjoy it. Anywhere between 1 and 3 a.m. for me is a really sweet spot with her. Anything after that, she has a really hard time falling back asleep. Last night, she woke up at 12:30 and then again at 4:30, but had a very hard time falling back asleep at 4:30, was up again at 5:50, basically up for the day, took a nap around 7, up for the drive to take the boys to camp, which she was not having it, and now she's finally back down after crying for 40 minutes in the car. So nighttime sleep still all over the place, but for being 9 weeks now at this point, that's kind of expected. Some babies do sleep through the night at this point, but I'll take 1 night wakings. We'll kind of see. I'm hoping last night was a little bit of a fluke since she really wasn't wanting her bottle before bed last night. She only had 2 ounces, so I think that's why she woke up at 12:30 so hungry. She drank really well at 12:30, but at 4:30 when she woke up, she only had 1 ounce, and then at 5:50 I tried to feed her again and she only had 1 ounce, but she did drink her bottle at 8 o'clock when I gave her one then. So I'm hoping last night was a little bit of a fluke. Maybe she's feeling under the weather. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. But for her sleep, before she started sleeping through the night, she was doing 1 waking per night for about a week or so at that point. So 1 waking per night / maybe transitioning to sleeping through the night is what I'm expecting for her. Nap time, still consistently on me, whether it be in my arms like this or in the carrier. The boys' beds, their big boy beds, are scheduled to come at the end of the month when my mom and sister are here, and then she will get her crib in here, and then I'm going to start nap training her. I actually found on Reddit, I'm the type of person that needs someone to like lay it out for me, like what I have to do, give me a routine, give me kind of guidelines, and I'll follow it. So I actually found on Reddit a very gentle approach at nap training. I will throw the screenshot up here. This is what I'm going to be following. I will be doing that with her probably around the 3-month mark, so stay tuned for updates on that. But she's still basically staying awake for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours at a time per wake window, and then going down for a nap that's anywhere between 1 hour and 2 hours. Her afternoon nap is always super short. She'll go down around like 4:30ish and then be up around 5:36. This nap during this time after I get back from taking the boys to camp is usually her best and longest one. I can get about 2 hours, sometimes 2 hours and 15 minutes from her, which is good because her morning nap is usually the one she'll be in a carrier for when I'm getting everything ready for the boys for camp. That's usually a short one as well. But she's still only staying awake about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. She is drinking anywhere between 3 and 5 ounces, I would say. When she was sleeping through the night, I was giving her a 6-ounce bottle in the morning, and she was drinking about 5 ounces of it. But all her other bottles in the day, I make 4-ounce bottles, and she'll drink from like 3 to 4 ounces. Like she'll kind of consistently suck the bottle dry. Yesterday, I don't know what was going on with her, like weirdly only wanting 2 ounces and then 1 ounce in the middle of the night. We're just counting yesterday and last night as a fluke. But between 3 and 5 ounces is what she is drinking. I'm trying to think. Sleep, wake windows, eating habits. Growth-wise, she is 12 pounds and 11 ounces, so almost 13 pounds. She is 24 inches long. She's in like the 99th percentile for her height and weight. She's wearing 3 to 6 month clothing. This Carter's jammy set is 6 months, and she pretty much fills it out. She's in size 2 diapers already. So she is a big girl, which is nice from having such small babies with the boys, but she's like dead weight still. Like when the boys were 13 pounds, they were, I think, like 3 months old and had a little bit more substance to them. She's like 13 pounds of dead weight, so she's a very hefty baby. Very hard on my back, but that's okay. Developmentally, we're doing tummy time. She can lift her head up. She doesn't really lift herself up on her arms yet. No rolling yet. She will roll onto her side if she's laying on her back, but nothing consistently in terms of like belly to back and back to belly. She loves to be pulled up into a sitting up position. She really enjoys that. She has pretty good head control when I am like sitting her up on me or pulling her up into a sitting position, or even like having her up on my shoulder. She can pretty much control her neck pretty well. So I definitely want to kind of increase tummy time with her. We haven't been doing it all that much because she still has a lot of eating difficulties. And since she's only really awake for an hour at a time and our feedings are taking like 45 minutes, it's hard to sneak tummy time in there. So I still need to kind of address her feeding issues. I talked to the pediatrician about it. I might buy level 2 nipples to see if that helps because she has been pretty frustrated at the bottle. I don't know if she's just not sucking, like if she's sucking too hard and getting frustrated. I don't really know what it is. I did wind up taking her to the dentist and she doesn't have oral ties, so I can check that off my list of things, but she still's having a very hard time keeping a latch on the bottle. So I might try level 2 nipples. The pediatrician basically said we can speak further about her latching feeding problems after she has her appointment with the ENT, which is going to be this month. It's coming up in a few weeks, to hopefully finally get an actual diagnosis on the laryngomalacia that I suspect she has, which I've talked about in a previous video. But it's still impacting her eating, her daytime sleep, her breathing. Obviously, she still hates the car. She cried for 40 minutes in the car today. So all of those things I'm going to address with the ENT when I go see them at the end of the month. But I think that's pretty much it for how Lily is doing. Overall, she is thriving. She's doing great. When she is happy, she's so happy. She loves to smile at the boys. She loves to make noises and attempt to talk. I feel like she's attempting to laugh too, which is so cute. But when we have these rough patches, when she has a horrible feed, when the feeding starts off right off the bat with her having difficulty latching to the bottle, she gets very frustrated and it basically sets the tone for her wake window and her nap. So I really hope with going to the ENT and hopefully getting a diagnosis of the laryngomalacia, I can figure out how to make her comfortable enough to eat. I want to try and have her figure out how to sync up her suck, swallow, breathe pattern, because that has a lot to do with her difficulty with feeding, and that has a lot to do with the laryngomalacia. So until we can get a diagnosis for that, it's just something that I'm still kind of rolling with the punches with. I do have to say that there was something that I was going to say. Oh, her reflux. Her reflux really hasn't been terrible. She does get uncomfortable sometimes. And the spit up, I mean, it does happen. Nowhere near as much as the boys did. She's no longer taking any medication for it. And it is something that most babies grow out of by 3 to 4 months. So it does seem to be improving itself a little bit. I think a lot of her uncomfortability really has to do with her suck, swallow, breathe pattern and her laryngomalacia and her taking in air and then being very airy and gassy. So like I said, I hope going to the ENT can help address those issues with her. But I think that's pretty much it. She is who she is. Her temperament is her temperament, and I'm just trying to take it in strides. This morning, after we had such a rough night, I'm like, we're gonna just put that behind us and we'll see what tonight has to hold, and we'll cross any bridge we need to cross when we get there. But that is it for Lily. That is it for an explanation of what's been going on this week and why this video is so crazy. I'm really hoping, guys, to get more on a schedule, to get more back on track. I really want to give you guys good videos, and I have so many videos in mind, but my days are really dictated by her nights and how she is and how needy she is, clingy she is, cranky she is. It really dictates my life, and of course it's going to trickle into like how and when I can film. So I'm hoping in the coming months we can get back on track. But thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think my next video is going to be our camp morning routine, since the boys only have 1 more week left in camp, and our mornings honestly have been going really well. I really got us into a nice set schedule and set camp routine. Even though her waking up in the morning is very variable, how I tackle the mornings have always been the same. So I am going to try and get that video filmed and up for you guys. But let me know any video recommendations you have down below, things that you think will be easy for me to film and things that you guys will enjoy. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.